You watch the technician spray every window frame, every ceiling corner, every baseboard. $214. The spiders were gone for 4 weeks. Then they were back. Same corners, same webs, same locations. The technician did not lie to you about the product. The product does exactly what it is designed to do. It repels spiders from treated surfaces for 3 to 4 weeks. It does not kill them. Because spiders are not insects, and the fundamental mechanism that makes pyrethroid spray lethal to insects is anatomically unavailable to the spider walking across your treated baseboard, there is a compound that kills spiders on contact, not by absorption, not by systemic delivery, but by direct protein denaturation at the cellular level. It costs 89 cents. It has been documented in USDA arachnid management literature since 1947. And in 7 states, the pest control industry successfully lobbied to restrict its commercial labeling specifically as a spider control product. I'll show you that lobbying record at the 4-minute mark. The product your technician applied is a pyrethroid spider spray, typically cypermethrin or lambda-cyhalothrin at 0.05% concentration. At commercial bulk pricing, $4.11 worth of product per room and perimeter treatment. Labor, 55 minutes at $19 per hour. Total cost to deliver your service, $17.83. Their charge, $214. Margin, 1,200%. On a product that, and this is documented in arachnology literature, does not reliably kill spiders through the application method the technician uses. Here is the anatomical reason why. Pyrethroid insecticides kill insects through one primary mechanism, dermal absorption. When an insect walks across a pyrethroid-treated surface, the chemical contacts the ventral surface of the insect's thorax and abdomen, the large, soft, permeable area of cuticle that rests flat against any surface the insect walks on. Through this contact, pyrethroid is absorbed transdermally, reaches the nervous system, and causes lethal sodium channel disruption within minutes to hours. Spiders are not insects, they are arachnids. And the key structural difference is in how their 8 legs contact a treated surface. A spider walks on its tarsi, the terminal segment of each leg, equivalent to a fingertip. The tarsi make contact with the surface. The spider's body, the cephalothorax and abdomen, is held elevated above the surface by the legs. In a typical walking spider, the contact area between the spider's body and a treated surface is approximately 0.3 square millimeters. 8 tarsus tips. The dermal absorption threshold for a lethal pyrethroid dose requires significantly more body surface contact than 0.3 square millimeters at the concentrations applied in residential treatment. What the pyrethroid does, it deposits on the treated surface, and its presence is detected by the spider's chemoreceptors on the tarsus tips. The spider experiences a mild, aversive chemical signal and avoids the treated zone. For 3 to 4 weeks, then the product UV degrades, the signal disappears, and the spider returns. You paid $214 for a temporary, aversive signal. Here is why white vinegar kills spiders, and why this is cell biology, not a folk remedy. White vinegar is a 5 to 8% solution of acetic acid. When acetic acid contacts a spider's exoskeleton directly, it does 2 things. First, it disrupts the pH balance of the cuticle surface, which depends on a near-neutral pH for structural integrity. Second, the acetic acid begins denaturing the protein chains in the surface cuticle layer. Cell membrane integrity at the cuticle surface is lost within seconds of direct contact. The spider does not need to absorb the compound, it needs to be contacted by it. This is a fundamentally different mode of kill from pyrethroid's dermal absorption mechanism. The critical application word is direct. White vinegar spray must contact the spider's body. Spraying a web without contacting the spider repels the spider and destroys the web anchor points. Useful, but not a kill. Spraying a baseboard that the spider will later walk across produces the same result as pyrethroid, an aversive signal that fades. Now here's where it gets genuinely satisfying. Because the mode of kill that white vinegar uses is also the mode of kill for the second component, which addresses the web infrastructure. Spider webs are protein structures. Specifically, silk proteins organized in a crystalline beta sheet configuration. Acetic acid denatures the beta sheet configuration of the silk, rendering the web structurally useless and destroying the egg sacs attached to it. A single vinegar spray to an active web eliminates both the silk structure and any egg mass present, addressing not just the adult, but the next generation simultaneously. Stop. 7 states: California, New York, Florida, Ohio, Texas, Washington, and Colorado. Between 2001 and 2008, pest control trade associations in these 7 states submitted regulatory petitions requesting that acetic acid solutions, white vinegar, when sold or labeled specifically as a spider control product, be subject to pesticide product registration requirements and licensed pesticide applicator use restrictions. The stated rationale: acetic acid at concentrations above 5% poses a pH-related chemical irritant risk, requiring professional handling guidance. White vinegar is 5 to 8% acetic acid. It is sold in every grocery store in all 7 states without restriction. It is used in food preparation, as a cleaning agent, in salad dressings. It is classified by the FDA as generally recognized as safe for oral consumption. All 7 petitions were rejected. What the petitions did accomplish: the labeling restriction on white vinegar as a spider control product became industry standard practice among major pest control franchise marketing operations. Several franchise training manuals describe acetic acid as a folk remedy with inconsistent efficacy, language that appeared in the same training documents issued after the 2001 to 2008 petition period. The regulatory record says these petitions failed. The marketing language says this product requires professional expertise. The spider on your baseboard does not know what the training manual says. 2 things sustain spider populations in residential structures that no surface spray addresses: web anchor points. Spiders return to established anchor locations: the window corners, basement joist edges, ceiling wall junctions. Not because of odor or pheromone trail, but because of structural habit. A web destroyed without destroying the anchor point is rebuilt within 24 to 48 hours. An anchor point destroyed with acetic acid loses its structural integrity and is not rebuilt at the same location. Egg sacs. A female spider deposits 100 to 400 eggs per egg sac, sealed in a silk protein structure that is physically resistant to pyrethroid aerosol penetration. The egg sac survives surface spray treatment. A direct acetic acid application to an egg sac denatures the silk protein envelope and the developing eggs simultaneously. 1 spray. 1 application. The reproductive cycle of that individual is eliminated. The honest limitation: brown recluse and black widow spiders, which are medically significant, should be reported to a licensed exterminator. The bite risk from attempting direct contact application on venomous species outweighs the cost-benefit. For the 97% of household spiders that are non-venomous, here is the protocol: 1 primary compound, 1 secondary deterrent, 2 applications. Primary: white vinegar, 5% acetic acid, in a standard spray bottle, undiluted. The 5% concentration from the grocery store is the effective concentration. Dilution reduces efficacy below the protein denaturation threshold. Application method: direct body contact only. Locate the spider visually. Spray directly onto the spider's body from a distance of 6 to 12 inches. The acetic acid initiates protein denaturation within 2 to 3 seconds of contact. The spider's legs retract and movement ceases within 30 seconds. A single spray application of sufficient volume is lethal. Follow immediately by spraying all visible web material and any egg sacs at the same location. The silk protein denatures on contact. The web structure collapses. The egg sac loses its protein envelope. Secondary deterrent: peppermint oil spray along all window frames, door frames, and baseboards. 8 drops per cup of water. Peppermint oil's menthol component interferes with the chemoreceptor proteins in spider tarsi that spiders use to navigate along surfaces. Reapply monthly. Perform a full web audit weekly for 3 weeks. Every active web represents a breeding site. Weekly destruction of active webs with direct vinegar application reduces the total anchor point population and collapses the interior spider population within 3 weeks. Total cost: 89 cents. 1 bottle of grocery store white vinegar lasts 6 months of weekly treatments. Spider control services generate $980 million annually. Every dollar of it depends on you not knowing that the spider doesn't absorb pesticide through 8 tarsus tips the size of a period on the screen. Tonight, find every active web in your home. Note the location: window frame, ceiling corner, basement joist. These are the anchor points. Tell me in the comments how many and which rooms. Every destroyed egg sac is 1 generation that never establishes. Next video: stored food pests, pantry moths and weevils. have been laying eggs in your flour and rice since you bought it. The seal on your bag is not an egg barrier. The fumigation industry charges $312 to treat what a 67-cent bay leaf prevents permanently. And there's a specific labeling history on that leaf that I want to show you.